Smith Patel from Crick Bus. A real parabolic game. But there was a lot of weather before the game. The pitch was under the covers. There was a lot of weather in between the game as well. Probably the pitch got wet and the ball might be skidding on. But you were bowling and you were batting on that wicket. So can you take us how the pitch was behaving at different points of time in this game?
Yeah, I think like you said, obviously it was under the covers for a long period of time. Game we watched that yesterday. But the wicket was pretty good. Both teams had a bat on it. We lost a few early wickets, which really put us on the back foot. And I just thought that they bowled really well at the start. Trent Bolt, obviously world class new ball bowler, and showed us again why he is today.
Tough loss. This is Z from 1709 Cricket and the MLC talk show on Willow. Early on, when your teammates started falling early and there was a few wickets down before you came in, we were debating about, is it conditions? Is it tough to bat on, right? And then you came in and did what you did, right? So what was it that you were able to do successfully that most batters on both sides weren't able to do? Because people were having trouble with the conditions.
I think just for me it was about the match-up, just trying to take it on, trying to bat positively, because we're obviously in not a great position when I came in. But just for me it was trying to go out there and just try and play my natural game. Lucky enough it came off tonight, but yeah, I just thought the way that they bowled, especially at the start, was really good. Even towards the middle of their batting innings as well, they sort of controlled it really nicely. Quinny at the start, Monarch, they just sort of batted really well together in a partnership, although they weren't scoring at the rate, sort of gave themselves some time at the back end. And then, Trent Bolt came out at the end and batted really nice and finished the game for them. But, would have been nice to get a few more runs out there. I still felt like I left a few out there myself, getting out the way I did. We just built a partnership through the middle and wasn't enough tonight.
Before the 19th over, you were part of the discussion. You came from the boundary with the captain, Matthew Short, the wicketkeeper. Had about a minute chat, and then you decided to keep going with Hassan Khan. What went into that chat? I know he had taken 4 wickets, and then we saw what happened, but what went into the chat that ultimately led to that decision to have him pull that over to Trent Bolt?
We just thought, what's harder to hit, pace or spin? He had 4 for 15. It was a pretty easy decision. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Could have said we could have gone pace, but Hassan's been class for us the whole tournament. The way he bowled tonight again, 4 for 15 off 3 overs, turned that game by himself there with our bowling innings. So we backed him 100%, and Bolty was just too good on the night.
So I think Trent Bolt. I think Trent Bolt left a cue over there. At the end of the 18th over, he took the strike. He wanted to take the strike in the next over. So I think he was waiting for Hassan Khan and a little bit slower pace. And you think you guys sort of played into his hands because he was waiting for Hassan Khan's last over to unleash himself in a way. Was a thought given to that in that sense as well?
If that first ball gets out, hits it straight up in the air, we're probably not having this conversation, potentially. Just one of those things, bat v ball, someone's going to have to win, and, Bolty tonight was too good. Took his option, probably was, the balls was there to hit, but, Hassan had bowled so nice throughout the whole night, 4 for 15 going into that over. I had full faith in him, 19 off 2 overs, 1 wicket there, different story, could ice the game, but Bolty was just too good.
Can we talk a bit about Paulie and the wicket that you took? Because this game went like that, right? And at that point, it looked like they were on the ropes. But what was the thinking? What was the strategy? And how did you execute on it?
Just me coming back there was just trying to take a wicket. That was a massive point in the game. Paulie's an unbelievable player, has been for however long he's been around. He's been a class finisher for so many years. So that was a big play there, just trying to get him there. We had a bit of a funky field. Again, he could have hit that for 6 and we're not having this conversation. It was just that point in the game where I came back and tried to take a wicket. We always look to try and take a positive option there, even with Huss through the middle as well. He got, beat on the outside, bowled really nice. But that wicket of Polly there was probably a point in the game where we really had to try and take a wicket. And Jake Fraser-McGurk took an unbelievable catch down there at deep mid-on.
So, we've seen that in situations like this. I think it was 40 odd for 5 or 40 odd for 6 when you came in. Against the same opposition in Oakland as well, it was a similar situation when you got the game by the scruff of its neck again. I know your coach Shane Watson is quite big on mindset, all that iceberg theory and letting your conscious mind sort of dictate how you play, sort of dictate the environment you are in. What sort of mental techniques has he sort of given you in the past 3 weeks that you were adhering to it? I know Fraser McGurk has been given the highlight therapy to adhere to. How is he working with you?
Yeah, Watto's been amazing, especially just from the mindset point of view, but then also tactically and just how cool and calm he is around the group. He's a wealth of experience. It'd be stupid for us not to tap into that. With the mindset stuff, for me, it was just trying to stay present and have good intent with the ball, with the way I wanted to go about my batting. Obviously, it wasn't the ideal situation to come out in, but just sort of almost put the scoreboard out of the picture and just sort of bat and play the ball on its merits. And just try and stay present was the main thing and have some good intent as well.
Neil, firstly, I want to thank you for such an amazing season from your team. As on behalf of the fans and everybody, you guys have given us so much. I know it didn't go your way today, but I want to thank you for that. I want to ask you, I think Matthew Short said that you had a season of 2 halves. One went to a flyer, second one didn't go your way. Can you recap some positives that you've seen in the entire season that you want to highlight for whatever you guys have had this time?
It's been an amazing season. You look back all the way to Oakland to play some games there in the Bay Area. It was unbelievable. We went 3 from 3. I think we were 6-0 after we left, or going into the last game here at Dallas. We played some unbelievable cricket. A lot of positives. I thought our whole top order, the way they batted, Finn Allen was unbelievable. Everyone, you go down the whole list, everyone contributed at one point or another. Just think for us it was, we sort of missed the key moments in a few games. Tonight we missed a key moment, then you can go back and look at the games we lost. There was just sort of that little turning point in the game where the other team got the upper hand, and we weren't fortunate enough to get on the side of that result. But a lot of positives going forward to next season. I think our domestic players are unbelievable. Every single overseas player added some value, and then just the environment that Shane and the coaches have provided for us has been amazing. I know personally I've learned a lot over here. First time playing in America and playing against world-class opposition. It's been an amazing tournament. I think it's definitely an amazing tournament, something all of us players definitely want to keep playing and coming over here and love the Major League Cricket in America.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Zach.
you.
All good. Thank you, guys.